let's fucking do it then. Let's fucking go. Let's start. Let's do anime.
Hey guys, Anime Fathers here for episode 91 of Between Nerds podcast.
Anime fathers.
Anime Fathers.
Anime daddies, yes.
My name's Daddy Drew.
I'm Daddy Aldo.
This is my son, Aldo Mendez.
And hold on to your speedos.
Hold on to your speedos, everybody.
Because it's going to get romantic.
Through the power of friendship, we're going to look at boy buds. That wasn't the real intro. That wasn't the real intro. Hold on to your speedos, everybody. It's Between Nerds. My name is Drew Philip Elias. I am here with my co-host, Mr. Aldo Mendez. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? What's up, nerds? It is welcome to season 4 of Between Nerds, episode 91. We have released episode 90.5, which is our recap episode on season 3. Sorry, I'm a hat guy now, so I don't know what to do with my hat. Like, people don't know what to do with their hands. But we have that uploaded, audio. I'm working on the YouTube because we did have some funny bits, I believe, to make some funny little timepieces of video file.
If you want to bring this show on the road, just fly us out and pay us. You too can be part of the fun.
Yes, you too can be part of this great experience.
So, today, just to go over, in case people didn't listen to episode 90.5.
How would they? I upload it today.
Right. Well, it came out on a Saturday. I don't know. If they haven't had time to watch it, whatever. Mm-hmm. The thing about what we're discussing in the season 3 like recap finale episode is that we're gonna switch up how the giveaway system is gonna be working for us. So traditionally, what we've always done is we picked a nonprofit, we picked a cause, and then we picked a local nonprofit that fits said cause.
Correct.
And we would promote it into the ground every month. So, for example, right now we still have the April giveaway going on. So if you use hashtag Nerds for Autism in original tweet, Instagram post, or YouTube comment, you would be entered into our April giveaway. Because
for our listeners, at least our council listeners, I mean, you guys have been bad at using said hashtag. And, I mean, I guess we will be working on donating to local causes or helping our community in another way, maybe later in the podcast. But as of that, you guys have killed the hashtag. Hashtag nerds killing nerds.
Yeah, so the last time we're going to be doing the giveaway system like that will be for April, and we're going to integrate the new system into the April one. So basically how we're going to do it from this point forward is once a month, if you are somebody that is either subscribed to the YouTube or has or give
audio platform.
Right. Well, we can't verify on other audio platforms. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you're either subscribed on YouTube and left a comment on one of the videos that month, or you leave a 5-star Apple Podcast written review.
Cool. Yes, sir.
So, yeah.
That'll be cool. And you don't even have to put anything. Just put, like...
Nothing.
Great.
This is excellent.
Yeah.
Drew's voice is better than Aldo's. Just Drew, greater sign, Aldo. Mm-hmm. So, to that point, this is the third week of our April Madness sports-themed anime month for Between Nerds podcast.
Yes, I'm afraid because being our third sport anime, it's lacking more sports.
Free is barely a sport anime.
It's under Tony of swimming.
Right. So basically the full name of the series is Free Iwatobi Swim Club. And it's I think that's the name of season 1.
Yeah, a swimming what do you call it? Like aftertaste. Almost.
Yeah, it feels like an after-school special. It's very melodramatic and
honestly, this is 12 seasons.
12 episodes.
I mean, 12 episodes, not 12 seasons. This 12 seasons. Kyoto Animation, big powerhouse in the fucking anime industry.
And everything we've ever watched from Kyoto Animation, we've loved. Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, Violet Evergarden. I remember really good things about Lucky Star.
Silent Voice.
Oh my god.
But what I was going to say is that to me, It's funny how sometimes we have the conversations that we're not going to talk about it episodically, and sometimes that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this episodically.
I don't. I really don't.
It is very...
Nothing
whatever. It's because, to me, is that if you're, like, a super normie...
Yeah.
And, like, you have...
My dog's sneezing.
It's Jonathan Joestar. But, if you're a super normie of, like... regular entertainment, like, I don't know, you know, you just don't really like nothing super crazy, like that plot, it's gonna get you.
So you're describing like an ABC like primetime television show,
yeah,
something like that, like just something super basic about coming together as a family. And...
what's the one what the basic bitches like?
What, Gossip Girl?
No. That one show, the one hospital show where everybody's fucking each other.
Oh, Grey's Anatomy?
Yes, that one.
So if you like Grey's Anatomy, you will like Free, Iwatobi Swim Club? Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. The thing about Free is it's about 5 guys. Mm-hmm. 4 of them were in a swim club together for like only 1 year in like 4th grade. And they all have like this weird PTSD about one of them moving to Australia to try to become like an Olympic level swimmer.
An Olympic level swimmer, yes.
So it's up to like the rest of them. It honestly, I don't know if this makes me sound like really ignorant and like mean, but it feels like the main character Haru is just has like this weird PTSD about his ex Rin. You know what I mean? It feels like listening to somebody bitch about like their ex that they swear they hate, but that they will not stop talking about. That's how like the 3 other members that were part of Iwatobi Swim Club talk about Rin. And it's so exhausting to hear, because even in a real life scenario,
you're so right.
Even in a real life scenario, I'll be like, dog, shut the fuck up, bro. Like I have a friend, right? I met his girlfriend once. Apparently, they'd been dating in the background for like a year or some shit.
No way.
And he's like out here on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Like, just like, oh, I hope I miss her so much. Oh, I fucked up.
If you're watching this,
oh, I wish I tried harder. And it's like, get over it. She doesn't want, like, she's clearly not spending that brain power on you. What do you care?
Yeah, she's stopped a long time ago, but. Yeah, it's Free. As much as different characters that they have, and good character animation, even though it's all just mostly like naked dudes.
And honestly, that's like the biggest like elephant in the room, is that it's just fan service. It's just fan service like around these guys. Uh-huh. There's one girl that's part of like the core group. She's the team manager. Mm-hmm. Her name is Go, but she wants to be called Ko. So it's just her just looting these guys. Mm-hmm. That's the whole show. Whole the entirety of the show.
And like that is like the only heteroerotic kind of like humor in it, because everything else has like this undertone of gayness. Like the only reason like these guys are not just making out with each other, like fucking Haruka and Rin, is because they like edge you the whole time.
It's just one of those like just angry hate fuck kind of relationships. Like the minute they see each other out in public, it's on sight. Like
yeah.
They're just so in love with each other, and it's upsetting that they can't just be together.
And the dialogue being so...
the dialogue's fan servicey too, because it wants you to like...
It's like, what are you doing over there all shirtless and whatnot?
Yeah, like, why are you taking your pants off in front of you? Oh no, Haru, am I going to see you naked right now?
Yeah, and... God damn it! Like the story itself.
What story? What? There's no story. I mean, it's literally an excuse for Kyoto Animation to draw 5 dudes shirtless.
It's closer sex, bro.
And it's not even like
it's closer sex, because the last fucking like race is with these 2 fucking guys.
I don't even care that like
is breakups.
The level of fan service it is. I don't care. It's just I shit on fan service every time we talk about fan service. Mm-hmm. I talk shit about weird lolly fan service like in Plastic Memories. I talk about weird sibling fan service like in No Game No Life. I talk about like even fan service with girl on girl fan service when we were talking about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Mm-hmm. Like I'm just not there with fan service a lot of the time, and like especially when it's so blatantly like fucking nerdy. Like this is the kind of thing that like nerd girls will like obsess over, like being like, oh, like if you're in fucking like ninth grade,
girls, like did you watch?
Did you see the newest episode of Free? Did you see the part where he took his shirt off? Like you get what I mean? Because I know nerd dudes are like that.
Yeah.
Because I know nerd guys are like that. Like I play Yu-Gi-Oh. You should see some of the equipment these guys show up in, dog. Just all loot, dog. I was playing this one guy yesterday at TCG Battleground for the Friday night tournament for a team event. The person I'm playing pulls out his playmat. It's just all 2D butt cheeks. Like literally, it's one of those PixIV pictures of just like every Pokemon like female character from like the most recent game.
Just backshot?
Yeah, just backshot. Exactly. And I'm just like you really showed up with this. You know what I mean? Like this makes you happy.
Yeah.
I could imagine
he's just looking at his cards and the asses, and he's just like
exactly. I could totally imagine there being a marketing campaign behind Free that's like the same thing, but like marketed towards like people that are into this kind of
thing. And I tried for 12 episodes to see something like past the fucking what it is. It's just a lot of fan service, and it's blatant, and it's there, and it's not even hiding it. But like the plot to like the thing,
there's no plot.
It's just
there's no plot.
And no, but what I'm trying to say that it's so like ridiculous. We saw this like in Hanabaro. Okay. We saw a almost a really strong like beginning.
Okay.
A fucked up middle, and then like a closing end almost.
Okay.
Here is like they wanna introduce it with something really shitty, and then like the middle is really shitty, and then the end doesn't matter because everything's been shitty.
I didn't even see about it like that. Like I really didn't. It just feels like almost just false setups to get more fan service to happen. Because even like one of the final scenes is like this toxic ex relationship between Haru and Rin. One of them just mounting the other one, and they're having like the super heated, angry conversation about how they're no longer friends, but their like faces are like 2 inches apart from each other. One person is like mounted on top of the other one. It's fan service, you know what I mean? It's the kind of thing being like, oh my god, did you see the two swimmer boys were like laying on top of each other?
It is. It's fucking wild, bro. It felt almost like how I felt about Devilman Crybaby.
Elaborate.
I just felt like it was just an opportunity to do like a demon porn scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of. Okay. I get what you mean. Yeah.
You know?
Because the plot to Free, I guess, I'll actually explain it, is that it's 4 years or like 3 years after the Iwatobi Swim Club, which was like an after-school private like little swim club between like these 4 guys, broke up because Rin moved to Australia to try to train, right? They won a relay together. They won a relay race together. And the thing about where we start with the plot, it's already their like second year of high school.
So and then the title of the anime, it's Free. So Free, our main protagonist, Haruka, having a girl name and doesn't like to be called Haruka because guys are usually attached to girl names. He wants to be called Haru. And he swims freestyle all the time, and he has like this natural sense just to swim. There's even like a spot where he has to get into like I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Store. It's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? He just got naked in the
Grocery store, yeah. And again, it's just an excuse to have fan service. It's like he just wants to be in the pool so bad. He's just always trying to strip down to go swimming.
Mm-hmm. And like you're saying, the plot then develops to like, oh, Rin quit to go to Australia. Everybody else just fucked off and nobody swam.
Right. So like that, I think they were swimming as like 5th graders. So they went like all of middle school and like most of their first year of high school without swimming at all.
Mm-hmm. But Haruka was swimming somehow.
So, and that's the upsetting part because like they call like certain characters by like like a sea animal. So Haruka swims like a dolphin. He's graceful and he's fast. And then Rin's a shark. He's got sharp pointed teeth and he's very aggressive. But that's what's annoying because the plot starts in high school when most of them except for Rin haven't swam in a while. Rin moves back to Japan into like the same district but for like a private boys academy to be in their like their swimming sport
swimming school.
So and but so they have like the whole goal is for Rin and Haruka to have a race on an even playing field, and that will make Rin happy because he could never beat Haruka, right? So we get that maybe like a third of the way into the season. But Rin barely wins. And that doesn't make sense because Haruka hasn't been training at an Olympic level like Rin has this entire time. Because I think like I like Hanabado and I absolutely love Haiku because it's like they're working for it. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you have what you're good at. You have your talents. Like the main guy in Haiku.
You gotta refine that.
Right. The main guy in Haiku, he's short, but he's fast and he trains to be faster. By season 2 of Haiku, he's training to jump higher because his biggest asset is how high he can jump even though he's short. I don't see any of that in Free. Like, no. I see them training, but I don't see them, like, it just feels like a crutch to write in such a good natural swimmer that just hasn't really swam in 5 years.
And I feel that this anime, like, it's a complete dud for us in our April Madness month because it doesn't have any swimming anything. Like, it has different strokes, but everybody knows backstroke, everybody knows freestyle, everybody knows,
There's no, like Haiku will animate the game. Hanabado will animate the game. The Free will tell you what's happening, which is worse. Like, it's just like, show me.
They will only have, like, either just, like, the entry, they go in, and then they'll have, like, a frame where they just roll, and then kick back, and then, like, another one just, like, touching and that'll be it. But there's no, like...
There's not, like, I want to see them swimming. You know, I watch the Olympics, bro. Like, I'm okay with watching them swim. I'm fine with it.
And you can add so much, like, awesome, like, inner dialogue scenes in there.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a couple. But there's a couple. But then they animate away the swimming where it's just, like, it's like they're thinking inside of a black void, looking at the other person in the other lane swimming against them, but you're not watching them swimming. Like, and that's so fucking annoying. Like, I came to watch swimming anime.
For Kyoto Animation, yeah, you guys should have done something.
But then at the same time, like, I'm like, that's such a Kyoto Animation thing to do. Like, to make it about the characters and the character relationships and not the actual, like, plot. That's such a Kyoto Animation thing to do.
And they don't even do that. They don't even bring a lot to these characters. That characters are already developed for you.
That's kind of true. That's
throughout the whole thing.
That's kind of true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is no character development, but that doesn't mean that the characters are not developed. The characters are developed already, and you are watching them being a little romantic with each other. You know what I'm saying? It is crazy.
It's super corny, like, anime dialogue. Like, don't get me wrong. So, like, there's... what I'm starting to see in a lot of animes is there's, like, this titular, high-spirited, shorter, blonde, like, happy-go-lucky character, right? Like, you see it in...
Nagisa?
Yeah, his name is Nagisa, which is also a girl's name. And but you see it in Fruits Basket, right? It's the exact same character as the little German boy in Fruits Basket. So I'll be like, come on, Rin, don't be like that, bro. Don't you know that we're supposed to be best friends and that we love each other very much because we swam in a relay together in 5th grade? It's just like, shut the fuck up.
Come on, Miss Toru, yeah? Let's go have some tea, yeah?
Yeah. So it's super annoying. It's because it's so...
means beach shore.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah.
That's tight. But anyways, it's super annoying to watch. And what I do start to like for like a second is so Rin goes to that private academy to swim, right? So that leaves Haruko, his best friend Makoto, and Nagisa to start a swim club together. And that's where they pick up Rin's sister, Ko, as their team manager. Because she knows about swimming because of her brother and all that, right? But she's also just fucking horny. Like, that's like her whole... Like, there's no character development for Ko except for I'm horny. And I have a brother.
And it doesn't really feel like, because there's other girls at the school that they're in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's other guys. But it seems that her reaction is like of someone that would be like a girl let loose in an all-boys school.
Yeah, it's
you know
super lewdy because they'll be like changing for swim practice, like, oh my god, their shoulders are so wide,
like she's the
their arms are so defined.
Like she's the weird dude at a bar, like she's the weird guy in the anime, like she's just like,
like. I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this story, but like it reminds. So Karen bartends, right? It like Karen was like, dudes are fucking weird at these bars, right? Like a lot of dudes that go to the bars don't even think of these girls as like people, right? So she's telling me this story where this guy walks up to her and he's like, "Hey, did you play any sports in high school?" And she's like, "Sure, I did wrestling." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you look like you did wrestling, the way you walk and stuff like that. I just wanted to know so I could know what I should be tipping you." Like, that's Ko. Like, that can't see beyond, like, the physique and, like, sexual aspect of a person. You know what I mean? Just all horn, no dog.
I bartended, dude. And, man, just watching...
People looted you?
No. Watching guys come up to a girl at the bar and, like, probably 90% of the time, it's mostly, like, curve after curve after curve after curve. Because guys would come up saying and doing the most stupidest shit to a girl, man. I don't know. It's fucking crazy.
And, God, I had this really weird situation.
I saw a guy once, like, fix up a fucking threesomes. That was pretty cool.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him, bro.
Good for him. I hope he's doing well.
He had a friend, and then they met another girl, and they were like, blah, 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 and then they're like, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It reminds me...
I knew that guy. That's crazy.
You did know him? That was your buddy?
That guy, yeah.
I had a funny situation happen to me like that when I was hosting anime night. Some country-looking motherfuckers came in. So for El Paso, that's like out of the ordinary, even though it's Texas. Like white country people. And I thought I was tripping, right? Like it's 1:30 in the morning. Maybe I've had a drink here and there, and like it was this. It was this? At Common Ground. It was these two married couples. I'm bartending for them. And one of them that had like this crazy ass like Texas like Dolly Parton looking hair. I thought she was coming up on me, like she kept trying to like grab my arm a little bit, kept wrapping arm around me, like would compliment me a lot, and I'm like, I'm tripping, like I need to stop drinking. And then like she's just like, what do you drink? And I was like, I guess I'm drinking Jameson today. And she's like, cool, can I get 4 Jamesons for the table and 3 for you? And I was like,
hey,
what the fuck did you just say to me?
Maybe her husband was trying to watch you fuck.
Bro. That's what I'm saying. I was like, you are next to your husband, bro. Like, what is going on right now?
Like, yeah.
That brown boy is gonna get with my country wife.
I like him, baby.
Bro, hey, what the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know.
Do not loot anybody without consent. They need a consent to being looted.
But this anime loots you on
everybody unconsensually.
Yes. But we're talking about how often this shit happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dog, it's every 30 seconds.
We're talking about Ko, whatever she likes to be called.
Ko.
She is that dirty guy at the bar.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. I guess that was my favorite part of the whole thing because it's funny to see. It's funny. It's funny because girls are that. Yeah. Sometimes girls do be...
Girls are very horny.
You know what I'm saying? Like, have you seen that crazy looking guy over there? Yeah, you know?
I've seen women on the prowl. That shit's scary to watch.
Karen!
But so the part I was gonna get to, besides co-joining the team, is they need a fourth guy if they want to participate in actual events, right?
Sorry, before we go on to the next one, because we have talked about it, of like how much we hate the horny kid in the anime.
Yeah.
You know? But like watching Go being the horny kid is like, that's hilarious.
It's hilarious because it's
like,
a girl.
I hate what is it called? Nita from My Hero Academia? Or
which one's that one?
The guy with the purple balls?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, I hate him, but he's hilarious.
Because he's, like, weird and horny and small. It's like the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes, and then here we have Go, which is the same character, but...
On a girl. It's supposed to be, like, a
funny.
cute girl, so it's, like, hilarious. Because, like, there's episodes where she goes to visit her brother's swim club and stuff like that. And, again, like, half the ploy is just, like, she wants to go see what the guys look like, right? Mm-hmm. Like with it, and I'm being serious. Like, the minute she walks into this elite like training club, she's just like, "Oh, all these dudes look like athletes. They all have such like giant chests and broad shoulders and like."
But the 4 characters that they loot the most, or the 5 characters that they loot the most, like she'll be like, "Oh, this guy sucks."
She's almost like desensitized to it after a while.
Yeah.
Like at first, that's why she joins the swim club, but after a while, it's just like, oh, it's just the guys, whatever. Mm-hmm. But. I lost my train of thought again.
Well,
the swim I guess what I was getting to is I was getting to Ray, right? So yes. Ray is
Rin. Rin or Ray?
Ray.
Oh, Ray.
R-E-I.
Oh, yes.
He reluctantly joins the swim club. He's almost like forced into the swim club by Nagisa, and the entire reason why he's picked to join the swim club, even though he doesn't even know how to swim and he's part of the track team, is because Haruka, Makoto, and Nagisa are all boys with girl names. So he exclusively picks Ray because he's a guy with a girl name. Mm-hmm. So, in like us learning about swimming and the technical aspects of swimming, we learn through Ray, which is kind of that haiku kind of writing where a lot of haiku, especially in season 1, is just teaching you the game of volleyball. Mm-hmm. Which, like, in the very beginning, we only get, like, 2-3 episodes with Ray learning how to swim and, like, about the different strokes and how you should be kicking your legs. Mm-hmm. And I like that aspect because, like, that reminds me, oh, it's not just the fucking fan service and Ko being horny.
But then it disappears.
Yeah. Yeah, it's steady at first because they do a swimming boot camp because it's a brand new club, right? Like, the 3 guys, Haru, Makito, and Nagisa, like... remake their high school swim club because there hadn't been one in like 5-6 years or something.
And that's what I'm talking about, like the super normie narrative that, don't get me wrong, there is things that this handsome boys do together, like speedo shopping, like stressing about like the competition, about you know, going to practice at another pool or whatever. But that's not why I watch anime. Like, I'm not trying to see, like, a regular-ass fucking...
That sounds bad because we do like slice of life sometimes, too.
No, yeah. But
it almost...
this
I
is
know...
not even slice of life because it doesn't even give you, like, an emotional, like, threshold that you're going to be like, holy fuck, this is crazy.
I think it thinks that it's doing that shallowly because... there's several episodes about the pool hasn't been used in years, right? So it's just this mossy fucking mess.
And they clean
so,
it.
Yeah, so they spend the episode being like, come on, guys. We need to make the team together. We got to get shirtless and clean the pool and pull all the weeds that are growing out of the tiles.
And then they skin and dip together.
Yeah.
It's hot, guys.
Yeah.
It's hot and wet and fast.
Honestly, and the light novel it's loosely based off of is called...
Can you mute your laptop?
High Speed.
Yeah, High Speed. Mm-hmm.
No, you upset me.
I'm sorry.
No, we're done. Pause it.
Okay, let's keep going.
No.
I'll cut that out.
I'm gonna pee. You've upset me. The light novel is called High Speed, right? Which is, I guess, like, to your point, like, why it's such, like, high-powered, speed-focused anime. I think it's cool how quickly it does move. Like, it never really feels like there is a lull. Like, not at all. Mm-hmm. But again, like once you're finally getting into selling somebody like Ray that he should quit the track and field team because he's an analytical person that's doing math equations while pole vaulting, and that's fucking him up. But that he can apply those same techniques to swimming until he falls in love with it, so he stops being analytical about it. But him joining the swim club is also just a ploy to have another fan service episode about them going speedo shopping. Which is annoying all over again. Every time, like, I'm just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, they're getting the pool together. They're getting funding for the club. They're an official club now. They're learning about the backstroke and the breaststroke and the butterfly and all that. They immediately strip it away for, like, half an episode of fan service.
And we had a slight conversation about this on our 90.5 episode. Hope you guys have listened by now. It's already up. But we talked about how it's like the fan service is not even used as a like, oh, look how edgy we are, we're gonna just give you some fan service here. It's like, oh shit, fan service. But like after you see it throughout like the entirety of like the first 3 episodes, you're like, okay, this is what it is.
Yeah. It's so clear that like, wow, there's never really gonna be any swimming in this, is there? Because and it gets worse because like they do like practice swimming sessions with other schools where they will loot the shit out of somebody like Ray just to put him in the water, and then he sinks like a rock because he doesn't know how to swim. But I think there kind of is like a cool half episode where because they're a new club, they don't have any funding, so they can't in the off season rent like swimming club memberships for them so that they can go practice, right? So their big idea, and they can't train to like rent out private facilities to do like a boot camp or anything like that. So them preparing, the big plan, the whole point of the first season is that they need to perform well at the regional so that they can apply, so that they can qualify for something like that. They have to apply they have to do well in an initial tournament so that they can qualify for regionals, so that they can show the school that they're actually kind of good and that they can get more funding.
Yes.
That's the whole plot of season 1.
Yeah.
And to that effect, they go and have a boot camp episode where they just get dumped on some island by their old elementary school swimming coach who owns a fishing boat. And he dumps them on
Mr. Goro Zasabe.
Yeah, who's also a creep too, because he's hitting on their teacher, and they're so there's like this whole dynamic too of that, like the teacher's an ex swimsuit model, and that's how she's loosely interested in swimming as a whole, and that's why she's their like faculty sponsor.
And they're trying to get her to swim for like half an episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of episodes that are kind of, there's a lot of dialogue that's kind of funny where Nagisa will be like, how are we gonna get additional club members if we don't put teacher inside of a bathing suit? And that's how they're gonna recruit people into club, which I thought that was funny.
I thought it was pretty funny.
That was funny.
Yeah. And
but hold on, boot camp.
Yes,
so they're on the island, and like it's kind of a really cool regiment. You know what I mean? Like you don't have access to a pool, so you're really running laps on a beach. You're swimming laps on a beach. That's pretty cool.
That's intense.
That's super neat. And I think it's funny because Ray, like, he understands that he like barely knows how to swim. He learned how to swim like last week, right?
Well, did you ever hear about that guy that swam around the island of the United Kingdom?
Okay, the whole United Kingdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, dude, salt got so much, pieces of his tongue started to fall off.
Oh.
Between the ridges of his swimsuit, like here on your neck and nape and stuff like that, like salt had already like eaten up to like your skin. So all this is red. Like it is. You are literally. He literally pickled himself in like salt water.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Dude, it is wild. It is fucking ridiculous. I'll put up a link or something so you guys can watch.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's how they're training. And Ray understands that like they're making him practice with like a paddle board because they don't want him to get hurt and get taken away by a current or something like that. And he feels so bad. Like he's impeding their training so much, and he's also like, he is an athlete. Like he's good at track and field. in the middle of the night, they're camping on the beach, which I thought was also cool. I was like, I remember thinking, like, I would love to camp on the beach. That seems so neat. But, like, he gets out of the tent in the middle of the night and starts practicing swimming. But, like, a storm, like, sweeps him away, and, like, it sweeps away his paddleboard, so he's, like, doggy paddling for his life, and it's scary. It does get kind of intense for a second. And it's up to somebody like Makoto to hear him in the middle of the night, in the middle of this thunderstorm, get out and just, like, run straight into the ocean to try to catch Ray. And it's hilarious and dumb, even though it's supposed to be a serious moment, that, like, each of the guys kind of, like, get lost in the current while trying to go save Ray.
Correct.
To the point that they all meet up on one of the opposite islands and spend the night inside of a lighthouse. And that's supposed to be, like, the team bonding episode, because they're kind of playing, like, truth or dare in the middle of the night, and they're like, okay, truth, what happened here? Tell me about your childhood. Why are you afraid of the ocean, kind of thing.
And that was that was a very cool moment as far as the plot wise, and there's this little sprinkles of moments like that in every other episode, but it's not something that you get attached to.
Yeah,
it's not. They do have fucking a montage or, like, an episode of team building, but it's not.
It's because, like, I
can't even know.
It's really basic in its writing and its dialogue, right? Like, these all feel like really, really basic, like, very entry level writing tropes when it comes to writing a slice of life anime, right? And the only thing that I could think makes it so popular, like, it has 3 seasons and a movie. That's kind of more than a lot get.
Yeah. The anime industry does not have the luxury of doing shitty shit.
Yeah, they won't produce anything at a loss.
Yeah, like, not like Hollywood, which makes, like, shitty movies all the time.
All the time.
You know,
Morbius,
shitty movie.
Morbius. So, but
haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. I don't want to watch that shit. Yeah. But I don't want to watch that garbage. But it's the only thing I could think that actually makes it popular is that it markets to at least a big enough demographic that they like the fan service.
Yeah,
that has to be it. That has to be it.
More than half of the population likes the male body.
It's not true. I don't know. Is that true?
Well, there's more women than men.
But not all those women like men.
But then not all men like women either.
Hey, yo.
Or furries.
Hey. No, I hate furries. I hate. Is that ignorant? Is that ignorant to say?
You don't hate furries. You don't understand them.
Is that ignorant? Is that ignorant to say you don't like furries?
Well, it might be ignorant to say that you don't like them, but I don't.
Because I remember a big part of.
I don't think that's the right emotion you're feeling.
I think a big part of our 90.5 discussion was me shitting on furries when it came to Wolf Children too.
I mean, but that's fairy land. That's fairy town.
It's furry porn.
Furry town, if you're there, yeah.
It's furry porn.
We were talking about the plot of this.
There's no plot. So, and again, like, they are swimming on an island where Ray's swim team has, like, they've rented out the private facility there, and they're using, like, the Olympic-sized swimming pool. And again, it's one of those, like, Ko realizes her brother's there and talks to him and be like, oh, well, Ray's here, but don't go see him because then you're going to set him off because you guys are so bittersweet when it comes to each other. Again, like a toxic relationship kind of thing. Like, you try to just keep them away from each other because they're going to want to hook up, but then it's just not going to end well. And there's, like, a whole nother plot that's that exact same thing at a fireworks festival, right? So they all dress up in, not kimono, that's for girls, in traditional, like, Japanese garb to go to
a
thank you, to go to the fireworks festival. And again, oh no, Ray turns out to have showed up, so it's up to Rin showed up, so it's up to Nagisa and Ray to keep Rin away from Haruko at all times. And again, like, that's so, like, demeaning and belittling, being like, oh, they can't even see each other without getting in an argument. And it's not even, they don't even have real arguments. It's just, every time they're arguing, it's just like, why don't you love me anymore, bro? Because you love me too much and it scared me. Like, it's so, like, I would much rather watch something like Violet Evergarden, which is some sappy romance.
You don't even have to go that far as fucking Violet Evergarden. Like, I would rather watch K-On!
Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid.
I would rather watch Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I would rather watch another female celebration anime. I don't know what it is, and it can't be ignorant. It has to go down to about what kind of taste of like anime you like. Because here the tropes are there.
Yeah.
The tropes are there.
Yeah.
The tropes are recognizable. There's way too many tropes, but just the fact that they're boys, and I don't know what kind of friendships boys are having in Japan, but like the friendships that I have, to me, I cannot relate to that. Because the relationship between these people are like super like undertony romantic.
That's what it reminded me of. Is the author a girl or a boy? Because I remember there's that episode at the fireworks festival where Nagisa's having this long ranty speech about boy love to Rei, and it feels like a romance novel, like a shitty fucking romance novel that like that work from home mothers are reading to get their rocks off. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, this is totally the conversation boys are having, because this is what it means to be hot and in love and masculine. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, it seems almost it's not even, it's like desperate almost. It's like such like a, it's so fan servicey and so forced romantic. It's like sad. It's like what, like if I'm always shitting on boy nerds that they really they're never gonna get a girlfriend, or they don't understand women because they need to just go out and touch grass. This is like the opposite of it. This is me telling like girl nerds, like, dog, just go talk to a person.
Yeah, play it. Yeah. Go talk to a person. That I don't know. It's. And then again, it is the same. Is the other side of the coin compared to something like Miss Kobayashi? Because in Miss Kobayashi, it's tits all the time.
All the time.
But it's like,
and that's
very under the water, under the thing, like tits. Like,
but see, that makes us sound annoying. That makes me and you sound ignorant, because I'm agreeing with you completely. Because it's like, I'd much rather see tits. I don't want to see these dudes.
I know I sound like an idiot saying this.
It sounds ignorant, but like the way Kobayashi does it is like they make it funny, and like it's almost funny that it's being looted because it's a joke.
And they,
you know what I mean?
Point it out like in the anime. It's like, oh shit, your tits.
Yeah. Oh god, put those
tits.
away. Yeah,
my god.
It's a joke. You know what I mean? And in Free, it's just all looting 16-year-old
like boys
swimmers.
Shirtless, like this close. Like, what do you mean you love me so much?
Yeah.
and it's so fucking wild, dog. And we've seen Beastars. In Beastars season 2, our Go character, like he's very like
sexually fluid.
Yeah,
thank you. Which that was good writing though.
And that was good writing
because like
he like pins him down. He's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, because he uses his sexuality and his like sexual fluidity as a way to control people, but in like a really like, it makes him seem like a badass. You know what I mean? Like I can get anybody. When I say anybody, I mean anybody. Your
boyfriend, your girlfriend.
Yeah, I'll fuck the boyfriend and the girlfriend. Yeah. Like that's him. You know what I mean? In Free, it's just lonely fan service about dudes. Yeah. And that's not fun for me.
I love you, bro.
I love you so much. You should just love me back. I miss when we were swimming together. I miss seeing you swim, bro.
And they're just like almost kissing like this.
So they get to the regional, right? And like I remember pacing wise thinking it came early, because it's like episode 9, episode 10, and it's 12 episodes long. And I'm like, so what are the last 2 episodes going to be about? Because they do the meet, and the very first one is freestyle, the 100-meter, Haru versus Rin, and Rin wins, but he's pissed about it because Haruka hasn't been practicing properly, and he's absolutely livid. Like when they were kids, Rin came back for a summer from Australia to visit his family, and he challenged Haru to a race. He lost. He was so upset he almost quit swimming as a whole. And Haru, seeing Rin so upset about that loss, is what made him want to stop swimming competitively. And that's where we are in the beginning. So, okay, cool. I'm getting like, that's not character development, but I'm understanding that development that already happened off screen. Okay, cool, awesome. But then for Rin to be mad all over again and for Haru to not take it seriously, like, I'm like, then what was the point? Because in like Hanabado or Haiku, after a loss, you'd be like, need to get my fucking shit together, bro. Like, that was so embarrassing.
And I feel like that strengthens my point for this story being about breakup sex.
Yeah.
It's about closing the sex. It's about closure. It's about these two guys who, through swimming, loved and hated each other at the same time.
I love swimming with him so much. I just need one more swim, and I'll quit him forever. I promise, bro.
What does that sound like? You know what I'm saying? What does that sound like?
I'm an asthmatic. Don't make me.
And fuck, man, like the fact that they picked swimming to tell you this story, it is fucking ridiculous.
I wish I could quit you, bro. You're the best swimmer I know. I wish I could quit you. That's the anime. That's literally the plot of this anime. So, like, Haru's annoyed that he lost, but, like, again, he's aloof and doesn't really give a shit because he just wants to swim free for the love of swimming.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys don't place, and that's the thing. They needed to get in top 3 in at least one of the events to make it to the regional stage so that they can get funding for the club. And so Ray swims, like, blatantly just barely knows how to swim. Like, yeah. he just shouldn't even be. And that's the thing. Like, Reen being the jealous ex, is like, who the fuck is Haruko's new swimmmate? Let me see what this boy looks like. Is he bigger than me?
Yeah.
It's
like that, like your ex's boyfriend.
Right, he's scoping out his ex's new boyfriend. And he's like, what's this nerd look like? He wears glasses? He doesn't even... And then, like, Ray being technical, he's good at the form part, right? Mm-hmm. But when it comes to, like, actually applying form and technique, his brain just shits itself.
Yeah.
So, like, he jumps off the platform well, and for a second, Reen's like, oh, shit, he can actually swim. But the minute he hits the water, he's like...
like a horse in the fucking...
Yeah, which is not beautiful at all. And again, he reminds me of a character from Persona 5. I can't even remember the character's name. But this is a character who looks the exact same. Like, tall, glasses, purple, bluish hair, and is always talking about the beauty of things. Except in Persona 5, he's a artist, right? So I was like, I'm not going to do an ugly attack. It needs to be beautiful and gorgeous. And that's how Ray is. Ray's like, I'm not going to do one of those ugly freeform swimming techniques. I need to do something beautiful, like the butterfly. And so... him sucking at swimming directly goes against that point, but that's his motivation to get better. He wants to be a beautiful, like, butterfly style. Yes. Yeah. So,
because I don't know if you guys are familiar with fucking just swimming and all. It is hard as fuck.
Yeah, that shit is exhausting.
Like, if you want to do cardio and speed the results of cardio, like, you do swimming. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it is hard because you're just moving every other muscle you want to use, like, on a regular set at the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you guys fucking nerds go to the gym. I don't know. Maybe you do. This nerd does.
Hi. So, they don't place in any of the events. And the thing about it is that Ko secretly signed them up for the relay. And again, they have PTSD about relays because they won their first big relay with Reen as kids, right? Mm-hmm. Every episode is a flashback to that fucking relay, and it's so fucking annoying. Like, it'll be the minute Nagi's like, here's the word relay, it's like, relay? I remember when I did a relay. And it's the same flashback of the same relay we've seen 10 fucking times.
And now comparing Hanabado to Free, where Hanabado started with, like, a plot point and did not pick it up until, like, the last 2 episodes. Like, here, Free puts up a plot point and does not drop it ever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, I'm tired of hearing about that one relay race you had when you were 8 years old.
If that was something I was shitting on Hanabado, then I'm like, I wish they would have kind of stayed with it. Like, here, I'm like, I wish you wouldn't.
And again, like, we're talking about these relays, but this is something that's, like, that's talked about in exposition to the audience. We don't see them swim. Like, it'll be somebody like Makoto swimming backstroke style, and instead of us being shown the race, it's the audience and the rest of the team being like, oh my god, is he gonna catch up? Is he gonna do it? I'm tired of looking at them. I've been looking at them this whole time. Show me the fucking race. I'm so over it. It's God,
and it's 12 episodes. 12 episodes. You would think a 12 episode anime flows. You know, we talked about this a lot. A lot of 12 anime episodes are really good because the pacing, they're able to put it together in a way that it's not too long, not too short.
Yeah.
But here, man, like, it doesn't have to be at the fan service. The fan service, if anything, at this point, us talking about it, it's already a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the pacing here, it feels like a 24 episode fucking anime.
It does. So, like, by episode 10 or so, we find out that Ko signed them up for the relay, and they know that Haruko's not going to want to do it because it reminds him too much of his abusive ex, Rin. But throughout the night, he nuts up and, like, realizes that he should actually do the relay because it's not about who he used to be with. It's who he's with now, which is his current team. So he needs to nut up and help them out, right? So they do the relay. They almost fucking lose because Ray barely knows how to swim.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Haruko is such like a good freestyle swimmer that they place first somehow. Which again, that's unrealistic. That would never happen. Like if you're doing a 4-part race, you have 2 decent people, 1 badass, somebody that barely knows how to swim, you would never place. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
And it's again, we still have like 2 more episodes. So me in my head, I'm like, what the fuck happens next? So it's about the regional. And since they only placed in the relay, they have to do the relay race. Mm-hmm. But the big thing about closing the loop when it comes to Rin being an abusive ex is that instead of Ray like performing in the final relay at the regional, they let Rin sub in. So that they can like foster the relationship they had as kids. So it's them doing the relay, right? Makoto goes, Nagisa goes, Haruka goes, and when it's like, okay, it's race turn, it's actually Rin, and he swims it, and they like completely break the record of what would have been at that location. But then that fucking sucks, because imagine you're Ray, and you're like, yeah, I busted my ass, I learned how to swim, I learned how to do this style, they're considering me part of the team. You would never willingly give up your spot on this relay for somebody that you barely fucking know, and that's the only thing your teammates talk about. Mm-hmm. And not only that, you wouldn't do that because they're obviously not going to place because they broke the rules. It's not a fucking thing. You can't just sub in a teammate like that. So they completely just blew up the whole plot. Yeah, the whole plot was to secure funding for the swim club by doing well in competition. And then they forfeited their biggest race because no reason.
And
it sucks.
And we're not even talking about the anime. We're not even fucking talking about the anime. And here today, your co-host Aldo Mendez, here in Between Nerds,
my co-host,
his co-host, my own host of my own show. But yes, me, Aldo, will not put this in a sports anime.
It's not sports.
And I'm sorry we had this complete fucking dud.
It's like a
foul ball.
It's like a slice of life romance thing. And that's what's annoying too, because this was recommended by Jacob Bunwells. Mm-hmm. I almost feel like maybe he sabotaged us.
Mm-hmm. We fumbled this one.
Good sports analogy.
We have gutter balled.
We
out of bounds it.
Stop. So, and it's not a sports anime. Like, there's no way in hell you could ever consider this a sports anime.
Mm-hmm. And we're sorry for you guys.
And that's what sucks, because, like, I was talking with Aldo, this season, the spring 2022 season, there's, like, 4 or 5 really good new sports anime. The minute we get into sports anime, all of a sudden there's these cool, new, good sports anime, and there's all these previous works we could have watched, and instead we spent a week watching fucking Free.
And that ripped us apart.
That's ass. That is so ass. But, to be fair, since there is so much content in Free, because we're good podcast hosts, if you want us to continue with our watch through of Free, we will watch season 2. If only you give us feedback on social media and in our email.
Absolutely. It's so weird because we were talking about how, if anything, like, comparing to like the Google searches that we did and the YouTube searches that we did, we're like the only people who have rarely talk about FLCL, right?
Yeah.
But and that was popular, as you know, as much as Free is popular, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, if there's any Free fucking nerds out there,
and you want us to talk about season 2, we'll do it. I promise.
We'll fucking do it. And
so
And this is a fucking open dialogue. Like, you can talk to us, and we will fucking talk to you.
We would love a bad take on this. Because we know that we are shitting on somebody's favorite anime. Like, I guarantee...
And I don't want to do that. Like, I want to hear them out and be like, you know what? Well, I just heard you out. Maybe not.
Exactly. So hit us up on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, @BetweenNerds. Or email us, betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com. And, yeah.
YouTube. YouTube, please. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We will have some hot videos for you.
Don't forget, you can be entered into the giveaway by subscribing on YouTube, leaving a comment, or leaving a 5-star podcast review with a little bit of text. So we know it's you. It's because there's no way on Apple Podcasts for us to be able to verify reviews unless you leave a little written message.
A written one. And we haven't finished talking about Free. I did like the music a lot. For some reason, I paid attention to the music, but I don't know if that was just... like you searching
for something.
I don't know if that was my natural self-defense coping mechanism where I just shut down what bad around me there is.
So you're looking for the good.
So you're looking for the good. And the music was good. The music was tight. When there was like happy moments, then we put happy music. When there was live moments, they put like weird piano music.
I've had the beginning to the ending song stuck in my head all week because it's some really like janky Jinglish, like some Japanese English.
Apparently, they're made by like popular Japanese like bands.
A lot of these OP and EPs are like all the ones for Haiku that are really big. The girl that made the Demon Slayer season 1 OP song is really really fucking popular right now. And that I would imagine like American media works like it's like the James Bond songs are always made by like really big pop artists. I almost said like imagine Americans did that. We do that. What am I talking about?
But yeah, like no, absolutely, and good point because like Star Wars does it too.
Star Wars does it too. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or like Hans Zimmer.
Yeah,
the Tarzan song and
didn't Tyler the Creator produce a soundtrack for an entire movie?
I don't know.
I can't remember what it was.
Music is ridiculous, especially when you see it or compare it to like what we're talking about, like in intros in Japanese entertainment, but like also in the Western entertainment, like you'll have like the Marvel. It is all built on like music features.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yep, absolutely. That was a cool portion, but again, like if you're talking about the EP as a whole, like the song's decent. It's just a generic pop song. But then again, it's just more fan service because it's just like, okay, what if we got all the guys from Free, but then we just put them in fancy, slutty Middle Eastern outfits? What if we made them dance and like lewd themselves? You know,
they did do that.
So I'm just like, it's just fan service again. It's just fan service again.
It turned into JoJo's for a second.
Yes.
And it's not...
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I love JoJo's homoeroticism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like... Is that that's not the
no?
grade, right?
No. Well, if it is, please correct us because if we're looking to be educated, that's not me being facetious.
Yeah, but like in JoJo's, I love like them being like, "Hey, what's up, bro? Oh,
big muscular man. Oh, what's up, dog? You just looking at my giant muscles? Like,
yeah, but like here, bro, it is too close, man. It is like, you want to swim with me?
But again, like
you want to swim me hard?
The very last scene before they convince Rin to participate in that relay is again that scene where it's Haruka and Rin like having an argument in front of like a tree that looks like the tree that they made a promise to be best friends forever in front of their elementary school. So it's them arguing like 2 feet from each other, and they start wrestling on the ground to the point that like Haruka pins Rin down on the ground. He's like, "Why are you on me, bro? Why are you on me?" And puts his face down, and it's just like he's gonna fuck him. Like
is he fucking him right now, or is he fucking him later?
Right, and I'm just like, dog, like you're not even hiding it anymore. Like I just went through 11 episodes. You at least trying to like play off the fan service. They're not even like hiding it by the end.
Dog, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Do you have any other points? I don't want to cut you off.
Free? No. Free. Like we said, this is not a sports anime. We are gonna. If we ever get things like that look like this ever again, we might have to do some.
I think Rachel Ease would love this one. That's not even me being rude, like because she's a girl, but like genuinely, like one of Rachel's favorite things about Fruits Basket was the very, very tame fan service in Fruits Basket.
Correct. Yeah. She likes hot brooding dudes. Which this is what
Rachel would absolutely fucking adore Free.
If you're listening, Rachel, you will fucking love this.
Hit us up. Hit us up and we'll schedule you for season 2. I swear to God.
Maybe, yes. If the nerds want us.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, like I said, we will do further research before we actually tell you we're gonna do 2 seasons of an anime. But I think that's it. The music was good. The animation absolutely looks great. I wish I would have seen more swimming. I wish I would have seen some swimming because that's what I wanted as the money shot for the anime. You know, like seeing very like a fight scene. Your fight scenes that you see in any other anime, you want to see them being blown up. Like here, they take that easy route and they give you a metaphorical visual aspect of what swimming is.
Yeah.
And it's not for me, dog.
Yeah, me neither. But we are recording on a Saturday, so I think we have some time to do a nerd down if you're about it, sir.
I am down to do a nerd down.
Nerd down.
Nerd down.
Nerd down. Nerd down. Hey guys, welcome to the Nerd Down where the nerds get down. My name is Drew Philip Elias, again here with my co-host, Mr. Aldo Mendez.
Hey guys, welcome to the Nerd Down, where the nerds get down. I'm your co-host, Aldo Mendez. This is my other co-host, Drew Elias. What's up, buddy?
I just said that. Anyways, hey guys, so we do have a couple things for the Nerd Down. I don't think we've done one in like 2 weeks, because
it's been 2 Mondays in a row that we record.
Yeah, so I think the only thing we have pop culture wise past tense in the past like 3 weeks is Moon Knight. I'm not sure how much we've talked about Moon Knight. Definitely haven't talked about episode 3, so we're at least going to talk about episode 3 of Moon Knight, and then I think we'll talk about our initial thoughts on the spring 2022 anime season and what we're watching this season.
Correct. We do want to stay. When we're creating content, I was telling you on episode 9.5 that we should dedicate a month to watch the previous year's like already finished like seasons. Keep it fresh for like a month, and then we can go back and give you 90s. We can give you the most talked about, the most fan servicey animes. Absolutely. So like, do not recommend High School DxD.
Please
recommend
it. So you're right. Like I would love, like, especially once like all the seasons are done for a year, like we could have done that in like January or February even this year. Just being like, these were all the hits from 2021, so we're going to start off the year of 2022 watching these other hits. And that's the thing about having a podcast and we sit down every week is like we're learning as we're going. So
Correct.
And again, if you have any thoughts on how we can improve, like we'd love to hear them.
Welcome to season 4.
Yeah.
This is our first episode. Too bad it was a dud for April Madness. But with April Madness comes crazy shit like watching Free. Free was wild. Yeah. But now, you know, season 4.
Oh, we didn't mention in the body of the episode, but I guess I'll mention it here before I forget. We're watching Yuri on Ice this week. It's a figure skating anime.
Figure skating, guys. Figure skating.
It's a sport. It's a sport. If it's in the Olympics, it's a sport.
It's a sport, dude. It's a sport. I mean, I would watch a paintball anime.
Is chess a sport?
Yes. I mean, did you watch that fucking show with the Spanish blonde girl?
Love that bitch. Oh, can you mute your shit for me, please?
Absolutely. I'm sorry.
the girl with the fish eyes?
Yes.
But she speaks really good Spanish.
Well, she's from Spain.
Right.
I would assume so. But, I mean, the, what is it called? The... has a very specific name, but yeah, it was a chess show. It was really
Queen's
good.
Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. There you go. Queen's Gambit. That was a very good show.
I love Queen's Gambit.
That's an American anime right there.
But that's not a sports show. That's a drama. You get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying?
Kinda, yes.
So, anyways, besides that, I guess we'll talk about spring 2022 first.
Let's do Moon Knight.
You want to do Moon Knight?
Let's get fucking Moon Knight out of the way.
Okay.
There's been some mixed feelings with Moon Knight, with you at least.
With me, and I don't know what it is because so episode 1 got me excited. Episode 2 is fine. Episode 3, I feel like I start having like pacing issues all of a sudden. I don't know if there's something wrong with me and the way I watch things, but like it really felt like the last Bourne movie, the Bourne Identity in those movies, the last Bourne movie where it's the plot doesn't even make sense because it's just the characters being like, oh, we have to go punch somebody in this location. Oh, yeah, now we found the thing that we've been looking for, and now we have to go punch somebody in this other location. Like, I don't understand what's happening. It's more just like a setup for like action sequences, or it's like fake moving the plot forward for me. Like, and I feel like I'm wrong because like I told you on Monday that I felt like I was tripping. I was like maybe I'm thinking too much into it, so I looked up some Metacritic scores, and they're all ranked like the same when it comes to professional critic ratings. So I don't know what was wrong with me when watching episode 3.
Well, what I think one of the things that disconnected me from the plot was the direction decision of a lot of these choreographies and a lot of these like street thugs in episode 3. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looked very... It looked like...
The kicks look really bad.
It looked like an Aladdin scene.
Yeah.
It looked like when Aladdin is just like coolly like just like...
The action reminds me of like the action from what's it called, Iron Fist, like the Netflix Kung Fu Marvel one?
Yes.
Like bad, like really clunky looking fighting, because it's like, because you could see the people setting each other up, which they always are, because you don't want people to get hurt on set. I understand that, I get that, but then like you're supposed to direct and like cut in a certain way, and like in post edit make it look fluid and not super fake.
But like, for example, like a professional like Jackie Chan,
yes,
who has been doing this forever.
Every Jet Li movie ever, correct. The Ip Man movies,
you have
like
hits that stop like right here at your face or something like that.
Even like boxing movies, I'm thinking the Rocky movies, I'm thinking of the Creed movies. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want people to get hurt. So most of the time, it's all fakes, right? But like, if you're really good at directing, you can make it look real and feel real to the audience, which is the point, because it's a movie. Moon Knight, it doesn't do any of that.
Well, it's because one of the first like close combat fight scenes that we get without a blackout, because like the past quote unquote fighting scenes have been under a blackout of Steven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Going into Mark.
Correct, going into Mark. So when we're in the rooftop with these great choreographers that have been in like a lot of different stuff, you know, like the Taken movies and stuff.
Yeah.
The fight, and I don't think it's Oscar Isaac here, because Oscar Isaac has been like in a lot of great stuff too. The editing to the fighting sequences that unplugged me from the story. Yeah. And I was like, and maybe that was what was happening to you, because the plot line here is that Mark now takes over the body. He is in Egypt. He is looking for the scarab that he lost, because they're going to
Amit's tomb.
To Amit's tomb, because Arthur wants to open her tomb and release her.
Right. And she's basically like an evil god.
Yes, because she punishes before wrongdoing, even though you know they're being wrongdoing, which is cool. And then we have like this like Law and Order episode ending or mid pace here, where they trial Kantu or what is it? Kanchu and who Amit's avatar is here, Arthur Harrow. I liked all that. I liked all that.
I didn't even like that, because
him manipulating the skies too. Him having to ask Steven as a mentally ill person as Mark. Like I liked a lot of the plot given, but like one of the things that unplugged me from the story was the post editing.
I didn't even like that bit. So like as a whole, it's Mark wakes up in Egypt. He is harassing supposed followers of Amit that he thinks he's finding, but Steven, not wanting to experience violence through Mark's eyes as Mark's controlling the body, forces his way to take over the body, which causes a blackout on Mark's behalf. So he keeps like waking up in these weird instances of him being driven to the airport, of him like ending up on the cliff face, and so then Khonshu, as a way to get the attention of the gods, to let them know that that Arthur is going to lock Amit, he manipulates the moon, since he's the moon god, and causes an eclipse, which scares the people in Egypt.
Which is really cool to think about, that everybody's watching this.
Apparently not. Like, apparently Kevin Feige did an interview. No. Like, Kevin Feige and the director made interviews during the week, which, like, New Rock Stars, Geek Culture Explained,
I like
and Emergency Awesome have been talking to all week. It's just for that area. It's just for that area. Like, it's not the whole world. So, and again, that doesn't come off in the show. So I understand what you're talking about.
Okay. Cool.
So he manipulates the moon, creates a false eclipse that makes him get transported, inside Mark's body, to the inside of the pyramid of Giza, where the rest of the Egyptian gods are going to perform a trial. But what I'm talking about, the trial being annoying for me, is they bring out the key witness, who's Arthur, which Amit, speaking through
and
Mark,
he gaslights the shit out of everything.
Right. It's just kind of like, I'm Kantu's old avatar myself, and he forced me to kill hundreds of people, and now I feel bad about it, and now here he is trying to manipulate me into being executed by the gods of Egypt.
Like, gaslighting isn't real. You're crazy.
Exactly. It's exactly that. And this is how Arthur is. And it's annoying because, like, they don't even let Kantu, like, express his point accurately. Which, if you were in that instance, you'd speak up, right? And they don't let him speak up because that would hurt the rest of the plot.
Like, shut up.
Because immediately from there, that lets Mark's ex-wife, or I guess they're still married technically, Mark's wife...
what was it?
I can't even remember her name.
Yeah, Yolanda?
Layla.
Not Yolanda.
Layla goes to Cairo to meet up with Mark and figure out what the fuck is up with him, because she met Stephen Grant last episode, who's the alternate dorky personality. And that's my favorite part, is that, like, she's starting to fall in love with all of the personalities of Mark, and they're all kind of falling in love with her. I thought that part was cute. But Mark essentially, like, is trying to be estranged from her, because if he's a world-class assassin that's going after the gods of Egypt, her being around puts her in danger.
Correct, because she's also very capable. And
she's like on some Black Widow shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and she, like Mark said in some piece of dialogue, is like, if I don't do this, like, he's gonna pick my wife as the Avatar.
Which is terrible. Like, yeah. He understands how ass it is being Khonshu's Avatar, that he's like, no, I have to protect my wife.
And honestly, I mean, do you really hate... Well, it's because the first episode was really not good for me.
You didn't like the first episode?
No, I did. It was really good for me. That's what I'm saying. Like, I like when mental health is brought some light onto, you know? And, like, here seeing, like, Steven especially, because Steven is the one that is hurting the most right here. You know what I'm saying? And Mark is just doing his bits when Steven is asleep. I don't know. It just... I've already have so much in the first 2 episodes. I guess in the third episodes did not see this point that you're bringing up with, like, the I'm not gonna hear you out case.
Yeah. It's just like, my issue with episode 3 is it's just so breakneck that, like, it doesn't even let you understand what's going on, because immediately from there it's like, well, we still got to get to Amit's tomb, because now we're not gonna have the aid of the gods. So they just, like, make up a reason to introduce one of the old Moon Knight villains, and it sucks because he immediately dies, like, 20 minutes after being introduced. Like, it was a really big deal that this actor who was part of Moon Knight is going to play this famous villain. The show kills him 20 minutes later. The day after this episode premieres that has him in it, he's reported dead from, like, a skiing accident. So now his most famous role is something that's bricked between, like, 40 minutes of extra content in a Disney Plus show. And because that's not even the major part of the show, because Layla has excommunications with them, which she sets up the meeting, which gets them the secret map that Steven is able to interpret and create a star map to 2,000 years ago, that Khonshu is able to turn the stars gaze, and then again that upsets the Egyptian gods, and that makes them turn him into stone. And then Arthur breaks into the Pyramid of Giza to get the stone monument of Khonshu. And
maybe you're right. Maybe this episode does suffer from the Disney-isms of like, I already got you. You're gonna watch whether you want it or not.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
And I think the coolest part introducing this episode is they're starting to introduce the third personality, which there's that scene where after Steven kind of tricks Mark to almost go to the airport, Mark finds the assassins on the roof that are servants of Khonshu. No, not of Khonshu, of Amit. And he blacks out, thinking that's Steven taking him over. But then he wakes up, and on top of the cliff face are just like burned up vehicles, dead bodies, and like this scared teenage kid. And then you hear Amit's voice being like, grab him. Hang him over the cliff. He'll talk, I promise. And so Mark Spector does it, and he's just like, speak, speak, speak. And he's just like, fuck you, prays to Amit, cuts off his shirt, and just like falls to his death on the ground. Mm-hmm. Scary.
Yeah.
That's the coolest part, because that's totally what episode 4 is going to be about. They're going to introduce the third personality.
It's a little terrifying. Like, Alzheimer's, like, fucking breaks my head sometimes. Like, imagine just, like, losing yourself in your own head, and you cannot explain to other people that you're like, I'm fucking forgetting.
Yeah.
I'm fucking not being myself. And, like, just that aspect of, like, this, of anything, an Egyptian god of the moon just, like,
yeah, my
screwing with you.
My grandpa died from Alzheimer's. That shit was, it was weird because like he would forget who I was, and that man raised me almost because when I was really really young, my parents were going through a really ugly divorce. And like my grandpa was my dad for like a couple of years there. You know what I mean? And for this, by the time I'm like 14, 15, this man whole ass forgets who I am. That's insane. But at the same time, like they feel like he still felt empathy, so he could feel like annoyance or like anger on my face because I can't fucking hide what's expressed on here. I really can't. I've tried my whole life. I can't. And he would be like, I'm sorry, Mijo. Like, I feel like I should know who you are. Am I upsetting you right now? And I'm just like, and that makes me feel bad now. And then you're like, now I'm the fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Because I'm giving attitude to the Alzheimer's man, and now he feels bad. And that's how when Layla's communicating with Steven in this episode, like it's cool because Steven's starting to come to terms that he's not the original personality. Like Mark's the original person, and even though Steven had his whole life, a whole different group of goals,
is his own life,
right?
Because even from the first episode, like when he's talking to quote unquote his mom, he's not talking to anybody.
No, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just this safety mechanism within Steven's personality of being like, I have another life.
Right.
So I'm including my mom as well in this fake phone call. Yep. And it just turns into this like almost like Fight Clubby.
Yeah.
You know?
So if there's a personality that's even scarier than a professional assassin like Mark Spector,
Jack,
that shit's gonna be fucking insane. Because the fight does suck between the guy that died and Moon Knight. And the thugs. But we start seeing what's cool about Moon Knight's powers. Because, again, Steven watching Mark fight upsets him because he doesn't want to see people die or get hurt, right? Mm-hmm. But Mark is such a good assassin. Like, he's just boomeranging people, just going for throws, knocking people off of horses. But when Steven starts fucking with him, and the Steven... when he's Mr. Moon Knight,
the suit,
right? So when he has Amit's powers, Moon Knight with the hood is Mark Spector, but Mr. Moon Knight in like a white suit
with Steven's personality, he is a professional, and
right?
He has a suit,
and he can't fight. So they start like javelining Steven as Moon Knight in the costume. He's just like, Mark, I changed my mind. Kill them. But I think what was interesting about that is it was reminding me about the Marvel concept of a healing factor. Mm-hmm. Right? So, and that got me thinking about Wolverine. So then I thought it was great that things like Emergency Awesome and New Rock Stars and even Geek Culture Explained were talking about like, no, Moon Knight's healing factor is that of Wolverine. And Wolverine has come back from there being like a gram of him that wasn't turned to ash. And him being able to heal entirely from that one little bit. Mm-hmm. So for Moon Knight to be on that level, it's insane. He's essentially invulnerable.
And dude, how excited are you about the Insomniac Wolverine video game that it's gonna come out?
I don't know if it'll be good.
You don't think so?
I don't know if it'll be good. I don't think a lot of superhero-based games are good.
Spider-Man? You didn't play Spider-Man?
I played... Okay, I did. I played the PS2 ones. I haven't played one since.
No, the new one.
I haven't played it, no.
No? Dude, play it.
I haven't played a Spider-Man game since the PS2 days.
It's so good.
I believe you.
The fact that it's the same studio that made Spider-Man, this recent Spider-Man, everybody got excited about it. Because we're like... Insomniac, oh my god, they just made the best Spider-Man game ever.
Well, my point is, it's hard for me to get excited about video games because I don't even have time to play them. Yeah. So, like that's my main point. Like,
I bought Kirby. I haven't played Kirby.
I bought Elden Ring. I've played 20 minutes.
Kirby and Suckland.
Yeah. Suck God Kirby.
Yeah.
And, I really think this episode of Moon Knight has... pacing issues for me, and apparently I'm the only person that thinks this. So apparently I have something wrong with me that I can't.
I guess I'm too excited when I'm watching that I don't even.
Just like cool shit. You're like a little kid with kid glasses.
I'm like, oh shit, yeah, exactly.
I can't do that.
Exactly.
I can't do that.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Maybe episode 4 will be better. We still have half the season, so.
But if we're done talking about Moon Knight, I mean, I don't know. We haven't talked about. We talked about. Sonic, the past episode on 90.5, season finale, season 3. Today we don't really have a lot of stuff to talk about, but we do want to talk about next spring. This spring anime season.
Right. So, just some background things I'm already watching. I've already watched both episodes of season 3 of Kaguya-sama Love is War. I think they're hilarious. I think this is the best EP of the whole series so far. I'm excited to watch Spy Family with Karen when she's back from work because the dub is only going to be a week behind the sub, and I'm super excited to watch that.
Yo boy Kongming, you're very excited about Yo boy Kongming. We were just watching the preview to it.
Right. So Ya Boy Kongming is going to be a Disney Plus original anime. I don't know how the fuck that happened. But it's kind of in Disney Plus jail right now where the only way to watch it legally is through Disney Plus. But it's already being simulcast in Japan. So there's already like illicit ways to watch it.
Correct.
And that sucks because it's being marketed as Odd Taxi, right? Like an anime original that is so like it's a period piece that's its own thing. It's so original that it's going to be like a benchmark for what 2022 anime is going to look like. Is how it's being described. Obviously, like I haven't seen any of it so far. And it's about a Chinese general from like the 12th century being transported to Shibuya in 2022. So it's like a reverse isekai and learning how to DJ and party with a pop idol. Like that's like the coolest story I've ever heard in my life.
And I mean, we've heard cool ass premises like this, like Miss Kobayashi, House Husband.
Yeah.
Awesome, intricate fucking.
The way of the House Husband's like barely an anime because like it's barely animated.
Yeah, it's barely animated. We're also excited about other things like.
I'm excited for Komi-san. Komi Can't Communicate season 2. Me and Karen watched all of season 1 of Komi Can't Communicate. It seems like I watch I pick apart a lot of like rom-com-y shit each season. It's because I do.
Hey.
and then I'm able to sell it to Karen and be like, oh, we could watch Komi, we could watch My Dress Up Darling, all that stuff. Like My Dress Up Darling, the only thing I didn't like about it was the ending. And it's the kind of ending that's there just to set up that there's going to be additional content. So that's why it doesn't make for a good ending because it's not a real ending.
Correct. Also, we are intrigued. You were showing me before we started recording today, around 4 p.m. or 3 or 5 p.m., the Rising of the Shield Hero.
Right. So on Thursday when we were recording episode 90.5, I showed you episode 1 of the Rising of the Shield Hero, which was like this crazy isekai for the time because it's literally about somebody being isekai'd into a new world as a legendary hero, and the princess of the kingdom accuses him of rape in episode 1, which gets him essentially like ostracized from the whole kingdom and made homeless because he's deemed as like a blight to society. So it being the Rising of the Shield Hero is him solving their worldly like fantasy problems that they summoned him here to fix. So season 2, I have no idea what's going to be about, because that's the ending of season 1, that he fixes that whole issue. But before we started recording, we almost got lost while eating pizza because we were watching episode 1 of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie.
For like a good 10 minutes, we were watching this.
Yeah. And we didn't even realize it. Like, I just put something on because we were eating, and like eating in silence. That was fucking weird.
Doing meta commentary, annoying, just annoying ourselves with ourselves.
So like, I put this on, and we almost like started even later than we already do.
We were gonna do an episode about it if we were to finish it.
And speaking about like, all of a sudden, there's just all these good sports anime coming out in one season. There's a new soccer anime that's been talked about a lot.
Not only that, but we started our April Madness almost around the same time.
Almost around the same time.
Is that coincidence?
They Are
we some kind of like anime geniuses?
They made these because we're talking about it. So they're trying to capitalize on our dialogue.
It's like there's a microphone in the room.
So there's a really good soccer one. Well, it looks like it's gonna be really good. It's Aoashi.
The poster looks amazing. I don't know. Production IG is really good.
We love Production IG literally made Haiku. So yeah.
so I'm pretty sure we're gonna love this. Another fucking out there genre. Well, not genre.
It's technically a sport. It is a sport. Yeah.
What was it? Interpretive dance.
Right. So it's a high school interpretive dance club.
It's like
called Dance Dinosaur.
It's like Def Champ comedy, but like with your body.
It's a Black Swan, but but high school anime, and
I fuck with it.
I think that's neato.
It fits the sport. If it's gonna teach me how to like tippy toe like across the stage, I'm down to watch it. But if it's gonna be something lewd as free, we'll probably have to do some research.
But see, then the poster to it looks like it's gonna be super lewdy, like it's gonna be some kind of threesome relationship.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna definitely have to do some investigation on that one.
There's a new badminton one called Love All Play. It's an all boys club as opposed to Hanabata, which is mainly about the girls in the high school volleyball club.
Hopefully that's not like free either. You know, hopefully we get to see some crazy stuff.
But see, then like we get this original sounding sports anime called Birdie Wing Golf Girl Story, which is essentially about a girl getting really good at serving, or not serving, I'm thinking of volleyball terms still, about driving really precise golf ball shots because she's making bets against the Yakuza.
Which gives you a birdie.
So, yes, well, it'll be like, oh, this train's about to jump through this train track. If you can hit the ball through the gap in the train cars and hit that mark on the other end, then you'll win 100 million yen or whatever the fuck. So that's the context there. And then she becomes legitimate because she gets a new rival who's an actual golf player.
Bro, but I am excited watching a golf anime. But honestly, we were going through the spring season of 2022 and we almost overlooked at this poster of maybe 8 different individuals or 7 different individuals in jockey outfits.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, is this about jockey? Fucking anime of like 7 individuals trying to be jockeys.
Great.
Which I love.
That sounds funny.
I want to see some horses on steroids.
Exactly. I hope it, like, the actual, like, action scenes are like slow-mo renderings of him on a horse being like, let's go. Like, not just free where it's describing to me, oh my god, he's swimming so quickly, he's like a dolphin in the water. Show me the dolphin in the water.
Bet there's gonna be a broken leg scene from a horse.
Guarantee it.
Bet.
And it's gonna break the jockey's leg because the horse is
gonna fall on him.
Yep.
Bet.
Like, hire us to write your next hit anime.
Sports anime.
Sports anime only, exactly.
But yeah, I'm excited to watch. The name, it is Fanfare of Adolescence. Help me out here. Adolescence? Adolescencia?
You're right. So it's Fanfare of Adolescence.
Yeah, adolescence. There you go. Adolescence.
But like you said,
adolescence.
That's what's fucked up because you knew exactly what it was in Spanish.
Yes,
that's so fucked up. Anyways, also, that might be it. I said also, but I don't. It honestly, can y'all answer a question for me? So, Data Live season 4 is premiering this season. Data Live is one of the most profitable anime franchise IPs currently in the Eastern market. It's insanely popular. It's selling a fuck ton of merchandise. I don't know why. I feel like I never... Maybe it's the circles I'm in. I'm isolating myself from the greater anime nerddom. But, like, if you watch Date A Live, please describe to me the appeal. Because it's something that has 4 seasons and is that popular. It has to be... has to have some appeal.
What are we looking at here? No, I had it right here.
Oh. Yeah, Date A Live.
Date A Live 4.
Yeah.
Season 4.
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's obviously popular.
Mm-hmm. Poster looks cool.
No idea why.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, you know what it reminds me of? That RGYB show that was like an all CGI Netflix original a few years ago. It looks really bad, but apparently that's also really popular too. And it's getting a new adaptation that's mostly 3D, so people won't gripe about the animation quality.
And as far as that anime season, I mean, we're excited about, season 4. We have our next anime, which is going to be the figure skating anime. That sounds pretty cool.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of anorexia going around.
So just like when it
figure
comes...
skating.
That's true. So just like when it comes to picking our watches during the week, we are more than welcome to hear y'all's recommendations, just like we are with our Nerd Downs. So if there's something you guys want us to talk about, some kind of movie, some kind of show, anything, just let us know.
We'll break it down right here with you too. You give us feedback.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We do not know what we're gonna watch after this month. We're not.
Yeah, you're right. But in 2 weeks, I might be in San Diego.
Cool.
So we might plug in a movie episode that week. I'd be gone like Friday through Sunday night.
What days?
We'll talk off mic.
No, well, I want to know.
Well, I don't know. I need to look at my phone,
okay.
And we're currently staring at my phone because we're recording on it.
Correct.
So I'll look it up right now.
Okay.
But yeah.
So give us your recommendations for next month. Honestly, we don't have anything on the bag. Like, I haven't even thought about anything that we should watch. We have My Girlfriend, I Love You Baby, maybe in line to do the next
Hunter x Hunter.
The next Hunter x Hunter. Which will get us a step closer into the ending, or not the ending, but like...
I think this one's the season that introduces the people with the spider tattoo.
Correct.
I think it's a kind of a good amount of episodes. I think it might be over 40. Maybe, I might be making that up too.
Maybe for the end of the month, if we put
something
our
like that
into it.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. We just need to plan it properly.
What do you want to watch? What do you want? What do you feel like some names should be up there in season 4 of Between Nerds?
That's an excellent question. I do want to watch Tokyo Godfather sometime soon. I want to watch the newest movie by the guy that made Wolf Children. He just came out with a movie that premiered in theaters like a month ago.
Don't Close the Door something.
No. That's Makoto Shinkai.
Oh.
Wolf Children was not a Shinkai movie.
Oh, you're right.
Whatever. There was a movie that came out like last
Godfathers?
month. No, that's not Tokyo Godfathers. But what I want to get back on My Hero Academia season 2, which is probably the best season of My Hero Academia. We can talk about the second arc of Demon Slayer. We can talk about the Mugen Train, the Mugen Train arc, and then we can do a whole different episode for the Entertainment District. So we have like 2 more episodes worth of content that we can do for Demon Slayer. We can do more JoJo's because like
the next season's gonna be tough too.
Yeah, because it's a 2-parter too, so that could also be 2 more episodes right there.
Crusaders 2-parter?
It's a 2-parter. It's a 25 episode adaptation, I think.
And they're both 25?
Something like that. It might not be. It might not be, but it's at least 25 because if you remember, they did 6 episodes for the part 1 and then 6 episodes for part 2. So season 1 of JoJo's is just. Or they did 12 and 12, something like that. 12 and 12. Because it's each part's half the season for season 1 of JoJo's.
But Crusaders didn't change name, though.
I don't remember. We'll look it up. Either way, we need to get to Stardust Crusaders.
JoJo's. Absolutely.
We need to get into... I don't even know. We could watch more Monogatari series. We have a bunch of series out of there we haven't watched. We could... It's just like the options are endless right now.
Yeah, and I'm looking at past seasons. I mean, we kind of have touched on some... maybe the correct thing to say is that we have not touched on a lot of these animes from past seasons. So if you nerds know about any of this new anime, please hit us up because there's a lot of content we can talk about.
Right. So, like, even things like some of our old guests that we've had, like Karen's seen all of Komi Can't Communicate. We could literally do a Komi Can't Communicate episode. Mushoku Tensei is probably the best fantasy anime of the past 3 years, and it's already has 2 seasons. There's just so much, and I'm excited. So just hit us up. Well, I'm probably gonna start the polls again on Twitter.
Yes.
So maybe like everything we're throwing in this conversation, I'll just throw on one poll, and then you nerds can pick.
Yes, and hopefully Monday we can get our Facebook started.
Yeah.
So y'all Facebook nerds can comment and say your things there. Honestly, for the Nerd Down, I mean, I'm excited about season 4. There's gonna be 30 new anime that we haven't seen, or maybe we have seen, and maybe we just keep going with them.
Right.
But man, that's it. You got anything else?
No, that's about it. Appreciate y'all. Please enter the April giveaway either way. That's using hashtag Nerds for Autism in a original tweet, Instagram post, or YouTube comment, and you will be entered into our April giveaway. And for every like and retweet on original tweets, Instagram posts, and YouTube comments that does not include ours, we will be donating to the Autism Society of El Paso, or you can be a subscriber to Between Nerds podcast on YouTube and leave a comment on one of the videos, or leave a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts.
And when we say like write a comment, it's like we're not just asking you to like just write a comment. Like if you already listened to that episode, that somehow you were googling who the fuck is talking about
Ninja
Skulls, Taxi, Fruits Baskets, and all these episodes that we've seen. Leave your opinion, bro. Like, we are gonna talk back to you, even if you're trying to hate.
I would love for people to shit on me. Not even to shit on you. Like, I would love to have like an opinion, like properly backed up. Like, I would love for somebody to renege on our free discussion.
This guy's the most confrontational motherfucker that I ever know.
That's not even accurate.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That's not even accurate.
And like, he wants to talk to you, nerds. If it's bad, if it's good, and I want to talk to you too. I want to know what you guys want to say.
It's because you're an empath.
I'm not confrontational, but like I'll hear you out. This guy just wants to scream, and he wants it.
Anyways, so do all those things. This has been my name's Drew Elias. This is Aldo Mendez. This has been Between
Nerds.
Nerds.
Yeah. Yeah.